Hi guys, so today I'm going to get to the diamond press windows. The reason it's open and torn open like this is because it wasn't a haul video that I did recently. So this is the Autoship. I think it's the third Autoship, maybe fourth. I'll have that information just in the title there. And I don't have links for it, but maybe it'll come out later. So if it does come out later, I will have links in the description box, which are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Sometimes they do release them sooner rather than later, right? So I know like the Halloween window set came up. I think it's all sold out. I'm not sure. But if I have any links that pertain to this stuff, obviously whatever links I have in the description box are affiliate links. And this one is the winter window view set. And so the new one actually is already slated to come out, I think, at the beginning of December, right? The next one, which I believe is like a spring set. I have to look. I have them set up to send me all of them because I liked all of them. But again, if you're forgetting what the new Autoships might look like, or if you didn't slate it at the beginning, like to skip some or keep some or however you want to do it, always just look on YouTube. You know, I always put like diamond press window HSN, and you'll see the listing. The first time they demoed it will be there, and then you'll be able to see there what the Autoship is going to look like that's coming up. If you know, because I don't have this one in advance. This one's something I purchased, and it just comes out when HSN brings it out. So I don't have one to show you ahead of time, but really cute. So again, sweet little windows. I do like the little shutter opening this time, like this kind of thing. We have the inside of the window there, or inside the frame. I was talking about this part's inside, but the whole window, and they're all different. So now we can mix and match with any other window set you have. Bring in your own, stamps and dies you have from other things that you can still use this window with. Really cute little house there. It has snowflakes, like garland wreath looking stuff. And you see that? A little bird, a little village. Oh, that's cute. The wreath. We have our little banner. Or label, however you want to look at that. Oh, a little snowman. And again, you can use these obviously for different things. The hearth, you have a little Santa Claus there. Tree, we have sending Christmas cheer, Christmas holiday seasons. That goes inside this little banner here. And a lot of times you have to look back at your other kits because like obviously, maybe you have a circle or like an oval die that helps cut that one out, or just another banner that might be longer or shorter or however. So a lot of times they mix and match. So always going to remember that, which I normally forget. Like this one's a little bit curved. Merry wishes, but again, it curves because like the window curve, I believe. We have greetings, may your Christmas be bright, merry, happy. Those all go into that little banner. The little cute, I always love this kind of image. It's like my favorite image or die with the Santa and the sleigh. Cute. The little birdie that has a die there for it, and background like trees, which is great for anything. And then again, just a cluster of like snowflakes. I love that kind of thing. And we have our wreath that again we have the little die for, so that's great. And let's see. So it always comes with your petting folders and an inspiration sheet. So let's start. Well, it doesn't really matter which side we start with. This one here. Again, you have your banner. You have the words. The little images, kind of what that might look like, the dies. And I love the examples because definitely this is something I like to see. I'm like, well, what do I want to do? And it kind of gives you an idea. So again, it's either you're looking out of the window or into the window. Super cute. Having said that, I'm not sure why the shutters are on the inside of this one. You know what I'm saying? Because this is looking out, right? I would hope. I would assume with the trees. But anyhow, super cute. Again, this one also kind of looking out there and then looking out and then looking in, right? So really cute. Okay, so on this side, again, just kind of showing you what you would do with these shutters. I want to see something real quick. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so these are going to be, what's the word? They don't have holes cut out here. So it's a whole piece. You see that? It's just an indentation, like a really cute kind of decorative look to it. I love that. All right, very good. And then of course the little village pieces and those kind of things. So there's just so much you can do to mix and match. So I'm going to come up with something, but let me grab some paper and we'll get a card going. So I have quite a mess here. Just pulling things from the stash to put in here that we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm just going to use a white card base. This is just white paper. I think, again, is like that heavyweight one from like Hobby Lobby. Yeah, so it's just plain white paper. And scored it, fold it, cut on the guillotine, and look at that. Anyhow, all right, so that's our base. And so what I'm going to do is cut our basic window. I'm gonna do, I guess, a scene looking out, so from inside the house looking out. And then I was like, well, I have white, I want the outside to be white, so I'm gonna go with a different color. So I'm gonna cut this out on this brown. So we're very rich here. We have like nice mahogany finishes. All right, so I'm gonna cut this out. I tried to go with mahogany, but then the paper I chose for wallpaper or for the inside of the house was like, didn't quite go too well. So I'm gonna use this one. But while we have good taste in our mahogany trim, we have very poor taste in wallpaper. So I'm using this holly one that I had sitting here, and I thought it was cute just to make it a little more Christmassy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this down right now because I need that to work off of. So let's just get this down. Oh, a little too far off. And let's go down. I was thinking this would make a really nice slimline card too. You have a lot of, you know, area to work with, and maybe culminating in the window at the top, and like, I don't know, just something like that. Let's stick that down because the paper was a little bit wrinkled. Okay, so I'm going to trim this guy out, and then we're going to build up a scene. However, and although yes, they always come with a new folder, you guys know I like to use my love folder. Look at this one. This one's I broke the hinge and I'm still using that. All right, let's cut this guy out. So I'm not going to use the shutters today because it's going to be from the inside looking out. I suppose you can have shutters on the inside looking out, but not what I'm going with today. Oh, I forgot. The other thing I want to do is make it into a shaker. Totally forgot. Okay, so I have to grab that in just a second. But we have our window here. It's going to be something like this. So what I did was I kind of took my ruler and I measured this a little bit. I measured the die, really. So it's like see, I went a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut that down. But I measured the die instead of measuring this piece just to have a piece to work with. But I don't mind that because I'm going to trim it down anyway. And it was about 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 this area. So I figured I'm going to use this. Obviously we're going to trim it down, this edges here. And so what I'm going to do is do that. But I want to make it a shaker, so I got to grab some acetate in just a minute. But I am going to trim off just a little bit, just to have an idea of where we need to be. So I figured I would just do this. And then you can just write it with a pencil, right? You can put a little mark there. But I'm just going to go behind here with my scissors just to line that up. And then I'll trim off this little piece that's literally just this little edge right here. And actually I'll do it right now just to show you the kind of thing I would do. Maybe use a smaller guillotine. This is the one that's near me right now. And just take a little bit off that. Yeah, about that much. And that's how I'm going to do that. It's not a hard outline to follow, you know. I think that'll be good, and then we'll trim it down if I need to trim it down more. Just place it just so it's covered up, right? Okay, I'm going to cut a piece of acetate that's basically this. So I'm going to use this as a guide to cut that down, and I will be right back just so we have all that ready to go. So I'll just show you real quick what that entails. I actually found a piece of acetate that probably wouldn't work for anything else but this, so I just need a little piece, you know? So I'm just going to follow that and maybe even cut into that a little bit just to make it nicer. And then we just need to take this edge off. Okay, so now I have a piece of acetate. I have that. This I will keep for another project. I try not to get rid of things if I think it'll be worth it, you know, holding on to it. Okay, so the other thing I am going to trim out is the little houses. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them both, but I'm going to trim them both out, or if I'm even going to use them at all. So I have that guy and this one, and I'm just going to cut them out on this black, extra thick Crafter's Companion matte black cardstock, and I'll be right back with those. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay. Ooh, those are thick boys right there. Okay, so what I envisioned is if I use these, they're going to go obviously behind the window, and I'll kind of mess with them, try to make them, you know, into a little village. And then we have some stamps to play with, so let me put these back up here. Put all these goodies to the side. We don't want to misplace, especially our acetate. And I am going to grab my mat that is well loved and well marked up with all kinds of inks and everything else. Okay, so I'm just putting that there. And I'm just using stamping paper that's like Craft with Companion stamping paper. And I want this guy, and I think I'm going to stamp the Santa Claus. Like I said, I love that image, so got to get that on here. And this is a very smooth, large area, so I usually like to stamp things like this off or really rub them so that you can get a good impression. This is just some quick dry ink. If you want to use like water reactive ink, I think that'd be really cute because then you can sprinkle with water and maybe make it look like snow is falling kind of around there. You know what? Let's do that instead. Okay, let me put that away. And I'll use Midnight in this water reactive. So I'm going to really rub, 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 scrub, scrub, scrub. So, oh, there's another cool thing too. Hold on. So I don't know if you noticed, if I dab that, it looks like it has some texture already, but it's basically because of the way it's pilling. So like I said, I want to stamp that off at least once. I'm trying to look for like a little scrap piece. Oh, come on. This one. That's not bad though. That's really pretty. I think it's textured on purpose, it looks like. So one thing I was gonna say is that if you were to scrub away like that, let's see, you saw that I rubbed it like a slick this way, it makes lines on your stamp, and then you have texture that looks like lines. See? And you can play with that, especially like when you're doing like word stamps or something cute where it's just simple, you know, and you're like, you know what, if you rub it like this, you're gonna get lines in it, and it just gives it more texture. I think that looks lovely actually for this application, so I think I'm gonna do that. And I'm just going to place these wherever. I do want Santa to, like, you know, go across here. And I think that's how, yeah, he's going in that direction. So I'm just going to do that. Oopsie. And then again down here, just in case it shows up. I don't know that we're going to need that much, okay? It's a very small little area. Oh, and the other thing I want to do is go ahead and, well, I'll leave this out for now. And then I said I was going to do a little water, huh? It already looks like it's snowing anyway. But let's just do a little something like that. I don't really want to use this spritzer in the way it's meant because it it's very fine. So that's all I want. I think because it already has texture that I wasn't expecting, it looks pretty good on its own. So let's not smear that too much. Okay. Yeah, it would work, but again, it already has good texture, so I don't need to do that. All right, so now I'm going to take the little guy here. If you want to put like a moon behind him or something, you can always plan that out. Do like a little yellow circle or a little light or whatever color you would like to use. I think that'd be really cute. But I'm going to put this here. I'm going to have to dry this because it's kind of wet. Hopefully I get a crisp image. If not, I'll redo it on the other side. Now, yeah, the window's pretty good. So I'm trying to see where that window frame is. I'm eyeballing it, but you know, if you want to be more sure, you would kind of take this and make sure that he's going to be within the window. Cute. It's going to be up a little bit too. Maybe I could put him a little bit higher, but that's okay. All right, so we have that. I'm going to hit this with a heat tool because it's wet. And then we'll just layer everything up when we come back. Let me get a little bit closer, I suppose. One last thing I'm going to do is just take some of the, either color, the Harmony. They're both Midnight, but either type will work. And just take a little bit of this and just put a little night sky in there, just all around. Okay, you can do a little more or less, however you want. I think that's cute. Okay. I'm telling you, whenever I get on to make a video, my phone starts ringing, and then sometimes I'll take a break to go answer it, and it's a telemarketer. Almost always. All right, let's see here. That here, here, here. Okay, so we have some work to do. So what I'm going to do is take my acetate and glue that on. So I have this obviously upside down. And I will put it on here too, just to hold that down. And you see I'm not going overboard. You don't need too much glue. You also don't want it squirting out everywhere. Oh, Sorry about that noise. Sounded not great. Okay, so I'm gonna hold that down till it's set up, and then I'll be right back. So it's not gonna turn translucent until it's completely dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some of my foam tape. Now you guys remember, if you wanted to run through this main dye again in like in your foam shaker refill kits type of thing, that would work. But you could also run it through foam, just regular craft foam, and then just use that to in regular glue as your thickness, right? So on this one, I think instead of messing with it while it's on, well, I suppose it'll be fine. Okay, you always just want to make sure your joints are met up really well. What I was gonna say is I would cut this down first before I came here. Oops, let's look at the other side. But I'm gonna go ahead and just layer it up and then come in with my scissors and trim that off. That extra just down the side, okay? But again, we'll just follow this along. And you know what? I'll do the other side. Actually, what I'll do is I will cut another one that looks almost like this, the same size about. Bring it over here. So I'm going right on the edge of that window frame is what I'm looking at through there. And then on this top one, just to make it easier, I'm going to cut a length that I think will work. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim this down a little bit skinnier, just so that it's easier to bend. And then this extra piece, what do I do with it? I put it on my tripod and I use it later. It'll just stay there waiting for me whenever I need it. All right, again, meet that up. And since it's thinner, it's easier to kind of work with. I'm gonna butt that right in there. There we go. Looks good. So I'm gonna take a second to cut these edges off, whatever's sticking out right here, and I'll be right back. All right, we have all our pieces. I haven't taken the backs off of this yet, which I probably should, but that's okay. All right, and we have this guy, and we still have these pieces. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I was gonna use them at all or how much of it, or, you know, what looks right. We will see. Oh, it all looks good. That is so cute. Okay, so I will use the whole thing. Let's put this little guy here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe just there. I do not know what's going on upstairs. So I hear a lot of footsteps. Okay, here we go. I'm just putting it all off to the side this way, so that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm not going to push it down too hard until I see exactly what's going on. Since I am going to put glitter in here, you do want this to be, you know, pretty well glued, because otherwise you're going to have glitter getting behind there, possibly getting stuck. I'm going to cut off whatever I don't need, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this right now. Maybe a little bit higher. Adorable. He's a little bit crooked. Let's not have our leaning tower of church here. And this guy too. All right, I'm gonna hold that down. I'm just gonna trim off this excess and I'll be back. Okay, so just putting pressure on him over here. All right, I wanna stick this down real well, so I'm just gonna use this. And you can also use a wet glue on top of that just to help out. And I'm gonna put it here. That looks about right. Just kind of up in the upper area of my card here. All right, and just take a few of these little Nuvo crystal cloud circles. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm telling you, whenever you put this stuff down and you already have like color down from whatever else that you had put on here, like it just picks up that color. Like these aren't usually this blue. Like they're a lot more iridescent if you look at just the bottle. But just so pretty. Okay, let's make them all go in there. Come on. I put in one, another one pops out. Do I have them in my hands? Okay, no. I'm gonna pick the backs off of this stuff and I will be right back. Here was our moment of truth. I need this to be right on here. So I'm going to look at the top. I'm not pushing it down. I'm just barely setting it down to see where I have it. And we look around the edges. That's not bad. Okay. All right. There we go. And you guys already know I always like to move this over and give it a good squish from the back. Aw, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need like a little sentiment or something. So let me look at the kit and see what I got, and I'll just put something on here. Okay, so this is a little unorthodox. I think it'll be cute. So I was just looking at this bottom area here. If I want to put like something like this, like the Merry Christmas, obviously I have a pattern here. I can't really just stamp right on it. So I was just kind of looking at that. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to take a white piece of paper, and it's about an inch, just over an inch here. The space, obviously your space will be different depending on how you layered this up. So it's like a 1 1/8 of an inch of just white paper by 4. Okay, my mat was 4 by 5 1/4. I didn't mention that, I just realized. And what I'm going to do, actually first, I'm going to stamp it with the word Christmas, because I think I'll use Merry on the other part. So let me take this word Christmas. And I am eyeballing this. If you want to use a, what's the thing called? This thing has ink all over it from the last few projects. A stamp positioner, go ahead. But I'm just going to stamp it with some red. And hopefully that will be pretty much centered there. Gorgeous. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to score it like every 1/4 inch. I think we did this with a video not too long ago on something similar. So I'm just going to go every 1/4 inch because I think that's a good width. And just make like, what's this stuff called? Like wainscoting, kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go every 1/4 inch and I'll be right back up. So I'm going to stick this down right here. I suppose if you wanted to even put another strip of white, something very thin at the very top to make it look even more like, like you're wainscoting. We actually have that up in Miranda's room. I guess maybe the person who had this house before us used it as an office, but it looks really cute in there. So her room's all pink with her white, gorgeous little trim there. Goes about half the wall. Okay, I'm going to hold this down, and then I'm going to stamp the word Merry and then cut out with that little banner die right here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that stamped here. I'm just going to cut this out, and then I'm going to probably cut out a little bit of that cute, again, tape that down and cut it out. And then I'll probably cut out a few of these just to see what I can do with them in green, just to add a little more green in the window here. So we might use them, we might not, but I am going to trim out a few of these, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have some pieces here. Like I said, I don't know if I'll use them all or not, but go. And this little guy. It was very easy to see through, so it was easy to get that going. Put that there. Let me see about these guys. I did just turn that one around. Yeah. Suppose that's what we can do right there. Very cute. Okay. So I'm just going to stick these guys down. I'm just putting glue wherever because it's going to get covered up just a little bit. I'm going to wait for that to settle just so I don't mess with it too much. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm just going to put a little 3D glue gel on the back of this, but whatever dimensional adhesive, even if you have to cut it down, will work. There's that. So I hope you like the ideas on how to use it, quite a bit of the kit there. Really cute, really warm feeling card, and I'll have the pictures for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your kit, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.